Hello, I'm Rob with Nomads, and today we get to go over the upgrades on our tow vehicle. This is a 2019 Ford F350. Now, before you go off and call me Ford guy, I was up for getting anything that would work for what we were going to do. I looked at them all. I looked at the Dodges, the Chevys, the GMCs, ended up with the Ford. Okay, one of the things that you'll learn first off when you're going out and trying to find a tow vehicle is that you probably know more about the truck that you're going to look at than any of the salespeople do. That's what I found out when I walked on many different lots looking for this truck. I found out just by going through the website, learning about what this truck had on it, what it could do, weights, towing capacity, load capacity. You're going to know more about it than most of the salespeople. I urge you, do not trust the salesperson on whether this vehicle can tow the rig you're looking at. Do your homework, go through the charts that you can find online, figure out your weight and whether you're going to be safe or not. So we decided to go with the Ford for a couple of different reasons. One, probably the biggest one, we were already used to the Ford. Both Angie and I both had F-150s. We were used to the Ford systems, we were used to how they drove, and one thing we did learn is an F350 drives a lot different than an F-150. But one of the biggest things was the Ford hood. And the Ford hood doesn't stick up and seem as long as the Dodge hood, and I felt Angie would be more comfortable driving that than any of the others. Okay, the second reason that we bought the Ford over any of the others was the diesel engine. This has got the 6.7 turbo diesel. And with Ford, you get a real quiet diesel. You can go through a drive-through, you don't have to turn it off. You can have a conversation with somebody outside the window, and it was just something that we thought we preferred. Okay, our first upgrade, or excuse me, one of our last upgrades, this is one I had just put on the truck, and it's the tires. Probably one of the more important upgrades that you'll do to your truck is the tires. This is a place that you don't want to cheap out. These tires I bought from Les Schwab, and they are load range 129s because I was real worried about all the weight that we were carrying on that. They're more than adequate for the weight that we were carrying on our tow vehicle. And these are the type of tires that you do not carry full PSI or the full recommended PSI. You have to look up your weights and adjust them to the proper PSI. The upgrades that I did to this truck was the truck steps that we put on here, and as you can see, we got the triples on, and this comes in real handy when you got to get into the back of your pickup truck, especially when these beds are so high and so high off the ground. It's just easy access to be able to step on there and get anything out of the back of the truck that you need. The original Ford OEMs that came on this had the hard plastic tops down the middle, and they were very slippery. All three of us fell and almost got hurt pretty bad with that. Another upgrade that I did to the truck was my tonneau cover, and this is a Trifold. But the unique thing I found out about this one, and the one thing that I really like about it, is it folds back, and it's one of the few that you can open from the front. Clicking this, up, and I have easy access. It also has this made a cover for my generator when I carry this back behind here. Keeps it out of the rain and out of the weather. This next upgrade is one that made a huge difference in our ride and how comfortable we are up front, and that is the airbags. We use the Firestone brand, and with a little help, okay, a lot of help from somebody that actually knew what they were doing, put them on for me, and they have made a huge difference. One of the things that I learned, and I want to pass along to you, and you should do your own research on this because you're going to find a lot of debate on it. I was actually told from a salesperson that when we were trying to buy our first RV, that airbags can increase the payload capacity. And that is not true. They increase the comfortability of your ride and not the payload. Stay within the payload capacities given to you by your manufacturers. We're going to get into one of the most important things that you're going to be shopping for, and that's your hitch. Now, this is one thing I took a lot of time and a lot of effort on researching digging and trying to find out answers to what was the best hitch for what we were going to do. And the things that I came up with, number one, was weight and versatility. And what I mean by that is I can get up into this, pull it out myself, and do whatever I need to do in the back of the truck. I also want to share with you one of the most important resources that I found online for telling me about these hitches, and that was Tom Morton with Morton's on the Move. He was also the one that I bought this hitch from because he also sells them. He does such a good video in telling you all about the specs of what this hitch can do, what it can't do, weight capacities, and everything you need to know to feel safe using this hitch. And the fact that he used it himself was a big one. Here's the upgrade that made a lot of difference in the comfortability of when we were riding on the inside there. We tinted the front windows. Now, they don't come this way from the manufacturer, and that is most likely for safety reasons. The one negative thing I could say about this is it does make it dark. So at dusk or at night and you're turning, it makes it a little hard to see out your windows. What I do is I simply roll down the window so I can get a good view of what I'm turning into. But it will make a huge difference on the sun beating in and how comfortable you are on the inside. Okay, we'll go over a few of the features that the Ford F350 2019 has on it. Two of the big things when you're hauling a heavy RV is it has the engine brake and it has the tow haul mode. Those two things you'll learn to love. And I've never known how to use them very well, and I just learned since we started towing a heavy fifth wheel. Going down a hill, you feel like you're totally in control. Tap on the brakes, downshift, slows you down, keeps you safe. The other thing that this particular model had on it was the Wi-Fi hotspot. Now that was a big deal to us because obviously Jace is in K-12 online school. We had to have the internet access, so between our phones and this Wi-Fi hotspot, we've learned to keep connected. And we've only had it go out on us a couple of times. I think once when we were in Montana, really kind of out in the boonies, and one other time, I can't even remember where we were at there, but it's been great for keeping us connected, and I think it's well worth the money spent.
Thanks for joining while I reviewed our tow vehicle with you. All of the good stuff that we have on it and all of the enhancements. If you like the video, please like and subscribe below. We would love to see more of you, and feel free to comment down below with any questions that you have. But again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you again next time.